Capcom is rebooting Asuras Wrath? Hear me out. This is not a drill. After years of being left on a cliffhanger and having poor sales, Capcom has dropped the hammer in their new campaign to make all their franchises major hits. They have opened Pandora's box. This would not just be a remake, but a complex overhaul of new visuals, gameplay mechanics, expansion of the lore and story, and apparently new characters. The only thing I could get was a quote. "Don't you understand nothing can kill him? He just can't die." The world will once again feel his wrath. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel in the comment section below. Alita is getting her own single-player action game. Hear me out. Codename Project Angel or City of Angels, and is also being used as a feeler for more installations of the popular battle anime and manga Alita Battle Angels that also had a major motion picture. In this game, you fight against not just enemies but other angels as the city is collapsing. You just do everything in your power to save and protect it. High-paced action, combos, and hand-to-hand combat with weapons accessible everywhere, including the environment. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below. Halo is getting a spin-off that could save the entire franchise? Hear me out. So apparently there is no hope for the new Halo coming out, even though the remakes are looking dire, allegedly behind the scenes. Too much politics, not enough innovation, which spells doom and gloom for the company itself. But there does seem to be hope in the form of a spin-off that apparently is not only more serious like ODST, but has more gore, more intense combat, and a story that is not for the modern audience. Okay, I'll admit it. I read an official concept and was like, yeah, this is and will be the greatest Halo game of all time. This game makes you feel like a real super soldier. You actually feel powerful, which will change the playing field. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel in the comment section below. Someone is making a 2.5D version of Street Fighter 6. Hear me out. This might be the greatest idea of all time, and I'm surprised Capcom didn't capitalize on this themselves. So somehow using AI, some gifted developers were able to figure out how to use Arc System's visual style and just take it, drop it, and place it on something else. It sounds pretty crazy, but AI is moving so fast, it's evolving way too quick. They can even make it look like a more modernized Third Strike with Arc System visuals. To be honest, this would actually make me want to play it. We could also bring up a war between 3D and 2.5D visuals, which if you weren't there for it, it aged me by like 80 years. It was like Vietnam for the FGC and fighting game fans alike. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel in the comment section below. An action single-player game inspired by God Hand and Hell Teacher Nube? Hear me out. Seems like Capcom might have some competition with this new game that takes inspiration from their cult classic game God Hand and Shonen Jump's Hell Teacher Nube. The game basically has you play as a teenage boy down on his luck who, without his knowledge, has been imbued with the power of God but only in his right hand. Uses power to locate and destroy and purify those possessed and evil. This game has similar action destruction sequences like cult classic Asuras Wrath. So yeah, this game's gonna get pretty crazy with what you can do. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel in the comment section below. We may finally have the first good Iron Man-like game. Hear me out. This came out of nowhere, and I'm deeply intrigued because the details around this sound interesting. So apparently this game is focused on making a game that has you pilot an armored suit or mech suit, and is being developed by someone who knows exactly what they're doing. Gives you a real feel, and it feels like you're Iron Man. The flight, the combat, the weapons, and overall gameplay is going to shock people to the core. Quote, why did it take so long to get it right? Will be what you hear the most from most people and gamers alike. The final detail that had everyone behind the scenes scratching their heads is this game is being approved by Marvel themselves. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel in the comment section below. Yo, it's the Chief, and it'll mean a lot to me and the channel if you liked, subscribed, and shared the content with your family and friends. Thanks again, and now back to the video. An action adventure game where you explore, fight, and conquer, but as a Thundercat? Hear me out. I'm excited that these companies are using games to gauge interest because the movies do not hit the same way or the way they envision in general. Thundercats having an action adventure game is perfect. Playing as the different characters and fighting the enemies is like a dream come true to me as a 90s kid. Not to mention the movement, like imagine the fast cat reflexes of Lion-O with the sword and transformation. Dog, I don't think I'm even ready for this game to even come out, especially the elite gameplay. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below. Small Soldiers is getting a Call of Duty-like shooter? Hear me out. I'm not going to say I'm surprised, but I will say that it seems very interesting due to the director claiming he's ready to make a sequel to the original movie from the 90s. Now, we do have insiders claiming that this game is supposed to set the sequel up in more ways than one. I also feel bad because there was a 2020 game that we all played that was basically like Small Soldiers if it ever came out, and it's going to get sent to the Shadow Realm because this game has budget and brings nostalgia with new enemies, heroes, and will be high-paced shooter action from the perspective of the action figures themselves. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below. A game that takes the stories of the Bible and turns them into action-packed battle missions? Hear me out. This project is called King of Kings, and as advertised, is a game that revolves around the Bible stories but makes them more extreme and turns them into battle-like simulations. I don't know who's making it, but look, I saw a rough render of Moses in armor and I was like, this might be a hit. It's not being made for profit, but because someone wanted to make a storytelling of their faith, and it seems pretty awesome. Imagine learning about Christianity or the Bible through a war and battle-like simulation game, and you're like, hold on, this is kind of fire. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below. A game where you play as the very last predator in a post-apocalyptic world where you are hunted by a new species, aliens, and leftover mutated humans? Hear me out. This project, titled The Last, is supposedly a game where you are the very last predator in existence and you are stuck on Earth, but everything is destroyed, the society, the environment, down to the very core. You must fight your way off the planet while fighting aliens, superhumans mutated by the Earth, and a new species that seem to be taking over the galaxy one by one. This game has a huge budget, and it seems it's so guarded that people are just now finding out it exists after being worked on for years without a single leak happening, unless it was all by design. All I'm gonna say is, drop the teaser now. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below. A game where you can pause, slow down, fast forward, time, and bend reality using a remote? Hear me out. This project is said to be inspired by a very old manga that never got an anime and used to be licensed by Shonen Jump in the 70s. This also apparently inspired movies like Click with Adam Sandler, except the protagonist is a janitor down on his luck and a remote drops from the sky and he basically becomes a god. In this variation, it follows a man. His wife cheats on him, kids hate him, gets laid off, and is about to end his life, jumping off a building, only to have the remote fall in his hands, and as he bleeds out, it rewinds, saves his life. The only thing is, it's an instrument that aliens, gods, and celestial beings want, and they come to Earth to get it. You must fight to keep the artifact safe. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below. A game where you play as Icarus and battle gods like Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon? Hear me out. This project flips the story of Icarus on its head, where his father is the one who passes on instead of him due to his flagger being sabotaged by a henchman of Zeus. Icarus vows revenge against the gods in this action Souls-like where you battle many enemies, bosses, and entities in your quest to please your rage. Equip and upgrade your various weapons, fly the skies, and your upgraded fly gear that uses the sun as power up over a fault in the original design. Is this a game you'd play? Does it spark your interest? And most importantly, is it even real or just a dumb rumor? Tell me how you feel down below.
I just place pussy out of my face. Money down for my case. I can't let life straight. I can't let life straight. Yeah, you know this shit been good. And you know I'm from the head. But I made it out there. But I made it out the woods. Smoking on dough every day as I should. Counting on money every day as I should. Fucking on hoes every day as I should. I'ma be bossy, I feel like shit. Don't care about cost, I'ma make this flood. Acting bad, baby, bitch, right on that. My nigga walked in, had a heart attack. I'm 800, I'm part of that. We gotta say, I just get a phone back. We shoot at these niggas, no poppin' back. I'm hitting that trigger on